Hello, I just wanted to go ahead and take a little bit of time to go through a Skinner blend for the leaves of our dragon fruit. The leaves of the real dragon fruit, according to pictures I have found, was the green to a yellow to the rich pink, and it was mostly green, just a little bit of yellow. And the picture that I found was, that we're basing it off of, is a picture I found online from Frida's. And so here's the photo, and there was a lot of green with a touch of yellow, and then there's pink at the base of the leaf. So I'm trying to mimic that. For the yellow, I did basically pretty much half cadmium and half white. And if you don't have a lot, you can always mix it with about half translucent as well. And so as you can see, it's a pretty medium yellow. Now for the green, what I did is, I believe this is called Spanish Oak. It's from Primo. It's kind of a dark green. And I used a touch of yellow with the green. And you can use up to half translucent if you're trying to extend the color, but you don't want the translucent to start becoming translucent. You really can use like a mixture ratio of half translucent before the true color starts fading. Now for the pink, I have blush from Primo, and this one was called Plum. And then I did have some translucent in there as well. I have a ton of translucent and I was starting to run low on the colors. So I did extend the colors by adding some translucent. You can feel free to do that. Okay, so I mixed those colors, and I'm going to be working on the pasta roller. I folded a piece of paper in half about the width of the blades of the pasta roller, and that way we know if we want to have as much Skinner blend as possible. I try to keep it right about the size maximum of the actual roller area. So I'm going to trim a rectangle here, and then I'll create a triangle out of it. Now for the leaves, the leaves were mostly green, and then there was some yellow, and after having some yellow there was some pink. So I want a good amount of green in there. And remember, this rectangle is the width of my pasta roller. So I'm taking a cut of the green. Moved my green scraps away there. And sometimes I will place my my first color right over the top of my second color. And let's see, I want to see how much I can get out of it. Okay, there we go. So I lined it up. So there we go. So that would be a true kind of a cane, a Skinner blend with two colors. I'm going to trim this area here. So, there we go. I'm going to stack the two colors I just made. And then I actually wanted to have a little bit of the yellow fading into the pink as well, but not too much. And I didn't have a large rectangle of yellow. This project doesn't require a whole lot of yellow. So I am just overlapping some. You can do that, but if you have a large area of the middle triangle, you don't have to create the side triangle the way I just did. You can actually make it a large triangle instead of having to do it in multiple pieces. So I'm continuing keeping it a rectangle here. And then, so here we go. So here's my rectangle. I just have to trim off the bottom side of the pink and do the last stack. Because remember, we're saving this piece, the excess needs to be peeled away, but you actually are going to be using that pink for the body of the dragon fruit, so you'll need it anyway. So here we go. There's a little bit more on that end, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is feed it through a pasta roller once, and I'm going to feed it through with this direction where I'm putting it in, where I have pink, yellow, and green touching. You're not going to feed it lengthwise, you're going to feed it this way. So I'm throwing it through once, and then when you fold it in half for Skinner blends, you're folding it this direction in half, keeping the length. Then you feed it through the pasta roller one more time, and you keep folding it in half that direction. And sorry I'm not showing you guys through my pasta roller. I moved the camera near my pasta roller, but it's not really a good angle that I could film in my coffee table. I've tried to film the pasta roller on there before, but it doesn't stay. So there we go. And we just continue along, folding in half the same direction over and over as the colors start blending. We keep going until it's nice and completely smooth. It's getting better. So here we go. And then we fold it in half. From here it could usually be done a few times. Then what I'm going to do is feed it through the pasta roller lengthwise, reducing the settings, probably getting 2 more thinness so I could get a really long roll. And then from there I'm going to do a bullseye cane. I'll do the bullseye cane in another tutorial, in the tutorial where we start our dragon fruit. We'll start with the leaves, and then we'll make the flesh of the dragon fruit and the little body. Add the leaves. That one will be quite a lengthy tutorial, but the lighting isn't great, but we have the darker green, and then we have it blended to the yellow, and then we have yellow blended kind of into a peachy color to the pink. Now, the bullseye cane that I'm going to do, it's not exactly a bullseye cane, it's more like a jelly roll, but I'm going to be rolling it from the green towards the center, rolling it all the way with the pink on the outside, where I'll add some more. So it is more of a true bullseye cane once we get the center completely rolled up into a cylinder. We're going to roll it up, then after that we'll wrap it in some more pink because the leaves are long and there's more pink on the bottom. And there is on the inside the it will make sense when I do the next tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and continue blending this a little bit, and then after I finish blending it, like I said, going through the pasta roller lengthwise like this, on the next setting down, and then another setting down further than that, to try to lengthen the blend without it becoming too thin and unmanageable. So thank you both. Thank you both. Sorry, I just had company walk in. Thank you so much for watching me, and I will be back shortly. Hello, here we're going to start doing the cane for the dragon fruit leaves, and I do want to have a little extra green because the green part is longer, so I just rolled out part of the green that is the same color as the edge, so it's the parts that didn't go in to our Skinner blend. Now basically I'm going to do it this way because I find when I roll away from myself I'm prone to less air bubbles getting in the cane, especially when I do it this way. So I put my my little log of green clay on the edge here. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I have no choice to film with my little guy here today. So I'm rolling my Skinner blend up around that inside green color. And I'm going to try to be careful not to get air bubbles in, so I just roll away from myself. I know it's not the best for the camera and you would probably see better sideways, but canes last a long time, and I would actually rather not have to redo canes more than once. So I'm showing you how I actually do them. So I am continuing to roll away from myself, trying to prevent air bubbles from forming inside. And so this is kind of like a jelly roll in a way, but it's also a bullseye cane because it's kind of like a bullseye cane because I had it wrapped around a center, and I'm actually going to wrap some of the dark pink around the outside as well. So I'm going to smooth this out a little bit, elongate the cane just a little bit, make it more manageable. And I'm not going to worry about how it separates here, how some of the cane is longer than the other. Some of the edges will be cut off anyway. So from here is where I'm going to trim those edges, and then I'm going to wrap some pink clay around. And as you can see, it gets kind of squished when you are pressing in on it. And then I'm going to wrap some pink around here. We're going to see. I'm going to trim it a little bit shorter because I want as much to go on the outside as possible. I just did not want to condition more of the pink. I'm not going to make a whole bunch of dragon fruit. I'm doing this for fun for our theme. But for the shop, I've never had requests for dragon fruit, so I'm going to trim the edges away. So I'm just trimming the edges away. I'll make sure that I have a flat edge on the bottom here. And we're going to roll it much like we just rolled the green. So I'm going to roll as much as I can get of the pink. So there we go. So with this cane, I would try to let it rest, or you could put it in the fridge in order to firm it up before you start taking slices out of it. But I'm actually going to have to take a break, so I guess we'll do this in 3 parts. So here is the actual cane itself, and I'm going to go ahead and put it in the fridge for a little bit, and then when we come back I'll slice the cane, because as you can tell it's round, and you're probably wondering, how will you get leaves out of a round cane? And there's some leaves there. I'm going to quarter the cane, so the green is in the center, and then it's just like doing a T. We'll quarter it, but I would not suggest quartering it until after you let your cane rest for at least an hour or 2. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go let it rest, and I will continue filming in a little bit. Once I have this at least firm enough to slice into, we will start filming again. Thanks so much.